Alright, what is up, everyone? Welcome to week race 9 or 10, something like that, in the iRacing Indycar Series. We are at Mid-Ohio. I'll get into it a bit later as to why there haven't been so many races leading up to now. It's been a minute for sure. Okay, how wide are you going? Do still have some graphics lag. I thought I fixed that, but it's looking pretty sketchy here. So this start is just going to be wild. I'm just going to take it easy. I've definitely got graphics lag. Everyone's being aggressive. You know, we're pretty far behind qualifying here anyway. I got 2,700 iRating and you know, car 25, or sorry, that's my position. Car 21 in a 3,500 strength of field race. So we are in the prime race on Friday afternoon. But again, like, let's just take it nice and easy. We're gonna get a few laps in and then just kind of take it from there. The volume's pretty fucking loud in my ears, so I'm gonna have to adjust that. I might be shouting. I'll have to not turn it down too much or the balance is gonna be off. No one getting too crazy in here yet. That's great. Love these higher split races where you don't have a ton of cars just going absolutely crazy. I don't really want to dive up on Rob here. Interestingly enough, in the previous open race Wednesday night, got some slowness coming through here. Just taking it easy. Gonna cost us positions in the long term. Can I keep this position off Reddick? Probably. Not really pushing too hard here. I am on the primaries instead of the alternate tires. The primaries being the harder of the available tire compounds. I do have to switch compounds before the end of the race. Getting 38 frames a second right now. This is ridiculous. Hopefully as the field spreads out, it won't be so bad. Especially for an older track like this, I'm going to really have to turn my graphics settings down. But now we're getting into some real racing. I'm still braking a little early heading into things. Coming out a little bit wider than I would expect there. Rob and Nick, looks like they're going to be fighting. Got a car off here on the right. Are they going to rejoin safely? Yep, looks like they're holding on to that car. Great work there, Josh. So we've already gained a position off the start, even though Rob has passed us on the start because we were taking it so easy. Just need to get some heat in the tires. Going to have a lot of understeer at the start here. And again, I don't need to make these passes right now. Certainly there's a lot of positions to be gained. A lot of seconds you really lose overall as the field spreads out when you're in the back. It's a long race. And you know what? I just want to gain some iRating. I'm pretty close to my highest rating ever. So I just want to stay smooth, keep gaining iRating, keep learning the track, keep improving things. So we're going to get a bit more aggressive on this next lap now that the tires will have come in and things are spreading out. You know, we don't have to worry too much about falling back to Reddick. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And my turn one you're going to see for the next 66 laps is not great. I am very, very slow in turn one. I just cannot get consistency there. So I don't want to get on push to pass here. Rob's going to have some draft to Nick. Quite a gap up there to Mitchell in front of them, so I don't know if Rob's going to go for an inside jump here. Probably just stay behind. You really got to get on push to pass to make a pass through there or be 2/10 off someone coming out of that corner already. The draft is great, but it's just not quite long enough. Nick kind of, you know, losing some pace to Mitchell up front. Get a little squirrely through things, but on those red tires, going to be a bit more grippy. So expecting Nick to pull away a bit here in the next few laps, and then the following laps, as the tires start to wear out, Rob and I on the harder black compound tires going to catch him. Should have been flat through there, not too worried about it, because I'm losing some draft through turn one here. Anyway, get a little slidey, but let's just get on the gas to correct that instead of getting on the brakes. Got a car off. That sucks for Andre. Rob going to the inside here, but no room to brake. Nick going pretty wide in every corner, so that's going to be interesting as we approach. Really just going to be able to take the inside. I think the inside is kind of favorable in all of these corners, but Nick going wide, I don't know if it's from pressure, if that's the line Nick takes, or what it is, but get my braking a little later, a bit more kind of standard for how I would hot lap in there. Never going wider than I do out of that sections. That's interesting. Now I am pretty quick at least compared to folks I was racing with through this final section. In the last 2 races, I did one in the Open Series, one in the iRacing Indycar Series. So it kind of stinks in that, you know, you're making time up there. But there's not any really good place to pass except heading into turn 1. Bad place to pass, I think, but it's where some folks have attempted it. Into the hairpin in turn 2, or into turn 4 as you're entering that midfield section. Or infield, midfield, second half of the track, whatever, fuck it. Actually losing some time here, so I need to get it back up. We got Reddick catching up behind us, so let's get in the throttle a little early, slide it through there. I do want to see my delta. Whew. All right, and hopefully you're seeing some telemetry now. I've revived that project I was working on. Did need to make a few minor code changes, but nothing crazy there. Rob going to the inside. Ooh, I thought he was definitely going to get his wing clip there. So glad that that wasn't an incident for anyone. Tires are going to really start wearing out for everyone who's just beating the crap out of their car, including me. But I tend to like as the tires wear. I feel like I'm really comfortable when the tires kind of lose a bit of traction, and I really struggle to make the most of them when they have most of their grip. But you know what, I'll take it if I'm faster than those around me when the tires lose their grip. But, you know, got plenty to learn on getting the most out of this car, setup-wise and driving style-wise. Okay. Got in the throttle a little bit later there because Rob was coming down. Not going to be able to get a pass here. I could get on push to pass and maybe get side by side with Rob. But we're in a nice battle with Mitchell really 3 seconds behind to the car in front of him. So I've got to decide how aggressive I want to get up in here sooner rather than later and make those passes. You can't just stay passive forever. You know, we're in a spot right now where these cars aren't going to be going off track. There's going to be maybe one-off mistakes, but we can't count on others to just make a mistake and let us by like Formula 3 or honestly even the first few laps of the IndyCar Series. Okay, got Nick going off there. I was getting a little slidey looking at him. A little late on the throttle there for me. I want to be close to Rob so I can try a push pass going into that first corner. Still nice and early in the race. That was way too early on the throttle. Started sliding. Thankfully, I recovered it. 6/10 to Rob right now. I do make up a ton of time in the braking zone. See, we're doing 11 seconds average here, and Rob on push to pass. That's going to help us with a little bit of draft. So go for that move, Rob. Please get that pass. Please, please, please. Just get aggressive with it. No, backs out at the last second. So one of Rob's 10 push to passes down, push to pass, giving you a little bit of extra horsepower for up to 10, 20 seconds, I think. I can't remember exactly. Pretty much any straight you want, you can use it on. But unlike the real IndyCar Series, it's just 10 presses, not an amount of time, and you get 10. That's it. So no matter how long the race is, you get 10. All right. Ooh. There we go, bringing it back in. Little bump there. Okay, let's see if I can get a solid turn 1. Like, I really need to figure this out because it is impacting my ability. See, look at that understeer through there, holy shit. Impacting my ability to make passes. Like, you've got to make the pass up, down this straight into the hairpin or coming out of the back straight here. And while I've got the pace, I just don't have the pace where it matters to make passes. Rob getting aggressive, going for it. Got some blocking from Nick there, really pushing to the inside, coming out for the pass. Rob with the inside, that's going to be huge. Oh, staying side by side. Yes, yes, yes. Get past there, Rob. Do it. Yes. Okay. Got cars spinning. That's fine. Getting a little bit too aggressive there from both of them. Nick staying on the track. I thought Nick pushed out, but I'll have to review that. Kind of surprised that happened, but that's 2 positions, so I'll take it. We can go catch up to Mitchell in front of us and then try and get back up with everyone ahead of us. I would love A top 10 is quite optimistic here. I'm expecting a few of the cars up front to wreck out through the course of the race. Not that many. Reddick staying pretty close behind us, but now I've got nice clean open airs, my opportunity to really make up some time. Man, it kills me seeing cars already going by on the side there, right? We all start together, and there's already that much of a gap, and certainly some of the folks in this race are going to be a shitload faster than I am, just naturally. But I don't know where I'm going to, like, naturally fall out, obviously, with qualifying time, which I did have a bad qualifying lap. Like, it wasn't great, so kind of hard to judge off of that, but I certainly do. Going off qualifying pace, like, this is as good as I should hope for if everyone stays consistent, but obviously racing is not hot lapping. It is entirely different. You're dealing with incredibly different beasts all throughout the race. All right, let's just get through here. We're definitely putting time on Mitchell, so that's good. Not a ton, but enough that we can probably go for a pass here in the next few laps, depending on how this goes. Already putting up my fastest lap of the race now that we're not behind anyone. Oh, okay, only 0.2 faster. Lost a lot of time in that final corner. I could have been a bit faster there, I think. Washing out, but that's fine. We're going to be catching a little bit of Mitchell's draft now. Either this lap or the next lap, I should be able to attempt a pass, but I wasn't able to see that. Okay, getting squirrely through there. I didn't have a good jump out of there. Only 0.4 up to Mitchell. It's not long enough to really make advantage of the push to pass in draft. I could probably put my wheel up the inside of his, but it's a risky move. I want to see a bit more of how Mitchell's driving. I think Mitchell's losing the tires a bit, so we'll see. Certainly, like, losing pace compared to the car up in front of him by a ton, right? We're 6.5 seconds back. Mitchell was holding up the field before, and you know, likely doing a great job of defending as well. Not like your pace is your pace, whatever. There's always room to improve. There's always someone faster than you. So I don't mean that as a negative, just as a thing that was happening. So let's get through this corner. Try and get on the throttle nice and early. Slow lap, but 0.6, so we're definitely keeping time up on Mitchell here. Getting on the throttle nice and early. Getting some draft, 0.5. Let's push it up through the hairpin and get on some push to pass and see if we can't get some clear air here. Wow, really slow through the hairpin. So that, let's just see what we can do. You know, I'm going to burn one. This might be nothing, which normally I'm really frustrated about, but okay, not going to do anything crazy here. Okay, Mitchell. Okay. I said I wasn't going to do anything crazy there, but I guess I just brake a lot later than Mitchell, so I need to be very careful going through all of these corners, not to get too close, obviously, as we're going to cause an incident. Getting a little squirrely through there. It is tough coming over that corner out of 9. Very, very light on the rear tires. Jesus! Okay, didn't touch. That's good. I'm going to really have to go for this, I think. I don't want to lose any more time, but not finding a... Shit, if I had a good corner there, I'd have been fucking great, but it ain't. But 0.4, I'm going to try and go a little bit more outside through the hairpin here than Mitchell. That way I can try and get a little bit better of a run. Okay, bringing it in, getting on the throttle. Push to pass again, 2 in a row. If this fails, I'm just going to have to sit behind because that's a lot of push to pass burn. Not nearly close enough to do anything with the, whoa, what the fuck? Okay. Nice and aggressive from Mitchell. Did push me a bit up at the inside. I should have just held him there. But whatever, let's see. We're losing a ton of time here following. Not a good place to pass. I could have jumped up the inside there, but it would have been a stupid move. So let's not do that. 7.5 seconds now up to Dennis from 6.5, 2 or 3 laps ago. I'm feeling push to pass again. Like, if I can get a good exit like that again, let's see what I can do out of 1 here. Mitchell is certainly losing his tires, driving the shit out of this car. Reddick's sitting comfortably behind us, I'm sure. Okay, bad bad run out of there. 4.5 tenths. Gonna make that up easily. But now it's just how we get out. Okay, Mitchell really losing it there. Not on push to pass. Did not have a good exit. This is our corner to take. Going for the big push again. Mitchell staying on the racing line, so gotta give it to him if he's gonna push me off the track. Not fucking worth it. Oh my god, you carry all the speed through there. Let's go, let's go. See, this is what I mean. I'm a bit faster through here, but you know what? There's some good defending going on. Getting a little late on the gas there because we are so close to Mitchell. Am I going to use a fourth push to pass in a row? Obviously, Mitchell really defending that inside. Maybe I need to find someplace else to really pull that off. Ooh. Not there. Still only 5 tenths from Mitchell, so not too worried about losing too much time. There's a ton of draft. Okay, bud, chill. That's a bit much. Let's see what Mitchell does out of here again. Okay, holding a nice slip angle and really staying on the gas. So a good exit from Mitchell, which just makes it smart for me to not go for a dive. But I am just going to stay on this inside line and see what Mitchell wants to do as far as racing goes. Really slowing down for that corner, at least compared to me. You know, I don't know what Mitchell's setup is, but it's certainly not able to get the pace out of it that I think Mitchell would want at this point. I'm wishing that I had enough fuel burned already to just jump in the pits. Like, this would be a place where I'd go for an undercut, just absolutely getting held up by a driver in a tough to pass track. Maybe I need to go for something a little bit more risky on the passing, just figure out where I have the advantage on Mitchell and make it work. I've just really avoided passes, any place that's just stupid, like turn 1 here. But if I can put pressure on, maybe I can actually make it into the hairpin here. I know that I brake later than Mitchell, so I'm just going to hold the inside, get on the brakes, see if Mitchell's going to give any room. Nope. So we're just holding tight. Not a great exit. A little slidey, but the draft is going to help. 9 seconds now up to Dennis. That is just so much time. So we do need 2 fill-ups of 60 liters, or about 120 liters total. Man. I gotta figure out. Maybe I need to go wider there if I take the outside through turn 5. Just, you can see Mitchell's car pushing out like crazy. Just a ton of understeer. So I know I've got that going for me in an advantage there. Can we get something coming up to turn 11 here? No. Maybe on the exit. I mean, Mitchell doing a great job of just holding me back. I haven't seen anything wild that I would think is ridiculous. I'm just getting frustrated with myself for losing so much time to everyone up there when I know I've got so much more than 11-second pace. But obviously, you have to be able to use it if you're going to do something. So running out a little wide there to get a little bit better of an exit. On push to pass, we're 2 tenths away. Touched a little there, so Mitchell's gonna be a little loose coming in, but I got the inside. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm not backing out of this one. Staying on the inside here should be fine. Now if I gun it down, we've got the space. Yeah, no room there, no room there. Tried to leave a little more. Didn't want to be too stupid about that, but you know, we did touch. I think I held my ground. That's my intention, was to hold my position rather than to kind of back out for that corner. But let's see what kind of time we can put on Mitchell now after using 4 push to pass uses to get clear. And a 9.5 second gap up to Dennis Fritz. Though Dennis just got on the radio, I didn't hear what he said. Don't know if that was anything related to racing. Keeping that 9.5. Robert Nash up there losing a bit of time. We were just absolutely trucking away from Mitchell now. So let's take advantage of it. Get on the gas a little too soon there for how tight I was taking that corner. Mitchell not getting on push to pass, 6/10 back. Ugh, okay, let's pull this off. I haven't even, this is the best place to grab a drink, and I am fucking thirsty. I have a Dogfish Head mango tangerine something. I don't know. It's good. It's nice when it's fucking hot like it is. Got a fan blowing on me over here, and I got a limoncello LaCroix. Okay, let's just get through here. There we go. Getting back to those low 10s. If Mitchell is keeping the 11s he was running before in clean air, we should be fine. You know, we'll give him a few tenths on the straights, obviously, with draft, but it's not as much as you might expect given the length of the straights through here, and that's why push to pass becomes so important. We got a car off on the left-hand side, so going to stay clear to the right. Oh, they popped it out. I don't know who that was. I didn't catch it, but I don't even know if I'm assuming we gained a position and that wasn't a back marker, but wasn't paying enough attention. Just saw the yellow, saw a car off, and then went to go see it, and they were already gone. So now 8 seconds up to Dennis. Dennis is fighting with Robert Nash up there, so it's not just my pace. It's going to be Dennis coming back. It could have nothing to do with my pace. It could be that battle just taking things out. We got a second on Mitchell now, where, 2-3 laps ago, we were side by side through this corner. Got to turn a little bit earlier through there as the understeer just continues to play out. Could be on the throttle a lot more through that turn 8 and 9 complex, or at least on the brakes later, but it is such a fucking uncomfortable place to be on the throttle. It's so squirrely, but I do know there's a ton of time to be made up there in general for my hot lapping, but this is a race as well. We're not worried about hot lapping and like squeezing every ounce out of the car. It's about consistently putting up 68 laps where you don't take damage and you're able to finish. At this point, even in 17th position, I've made up 7 places from where I started, and I'm going to gain 5 iRating. That's not a ton, but that's more. Like, losing iRating is what hurts my heart. Losing safety rating, not so much. It'll come back. So, I did record a few races at Road America. They were all hot garbage, like just the worst shit. I had a multitude of hardware issues from my pedals just not connecting at all to my wheel not connecting at all. In the next race, I had a personal hardware issue where my brain didn't work quite right, and one of these dials is the fuel mixture setting, and the other one is brake bias, and I turned the wrong one, and I kept turning it because I didn't see my fuel mixture change, wasn't paying attention to my brake bias, eventually got the fuel mixture set right. My brake bias is way too far rearward, going down into turn 5 there at Road America. First lap, I spun all on my own. Thankfully I didn't take anyone out, but just me being an idiot. The next race, my car overheated, and it was a boring race, like genuinely just not that interesting. So that was Road America. And then I recorded a race in the new Radical SR10 at Road Atlanta, which I fucking love, my favorite track. And I deleted the recording. Like, I was cleaning up the folder with all my recordings in it, and I deleted that recording. It was not recoverable, so life goes on, but that kind of sucks. So, Mid-Ohio, like, fuck it, we're back in the IndyCar. Love Mid-Ohio, great track. It's been years since I've been here, so this is my 3rd race. Dennis actually putting some time on us, so we're not really gaining any time, which is interesting. And now I don't know if I want to switch to the alternates after this lap, or this stint, or stay on the primaries, which are the harder tires, and get a little bit more life out of them. The softer tires fall off faster, but they still have plenty of grip sort of there at the end. The primary tires, these black sidewall tires, pretty fine. Wow, you gotta get off the track with that. I'm surprised there's not a meatball flag coming out. But keeping it around, staying safe around other drivers, like that's fine. I'm not gonna complain too much, but running into someone going that slowly, with no front wing, it looked like in this twisty section is going to be kind of miserable, especially when you're pushing it and keeping it on edge. Okay, ton of time on Mitchell. Dennis only up to 8 seconds. I'm taking less than a full tank of gas when we stop. So hopefully I gain a little bit of time in the pits, because obviously tires are done. Well, not obviously, but the tires finish early, and then you're still getting a little bit of fuel. If you can have fueling be the only thing left, you can save time on fueling. So when you need to take 30 liters of fuel, the tires take longer to change. So that's kind of free fuel. But the further you go outside of like 50 liters, the more time you're putting just being in the pits. So if I can gain a couple seconds or even one just from my fuel strategy, I'll be solid. It'll mean I'll have a few less laps on the primary tires, no matter which opportunity I take, this next stint or the following, to switch to the alternates. And there will be a bit more fuel as I'm driving the alternates, which will slow things down. But I think it's worth it. At least that's what I haven't found a good reason for it not to be worth it yet. So we got 4 laps of fuel left. Basically going to use those 4 laps from there, so 3 something. Not going to push it too far. We'll pit a little bit before that, so should be 3 laps from here. We'll enter the pits, and I currently have it set up to grab the primary tires as opposed to those alternates. And I guess I just don't know what I'm going to do about that, how I might change that. Richard up in front of us just came out of the pits on a fresh set of primary tires. And that lapped car just left the session, who was going slow on this straight. So Richard actually just pulling away. I guess doesn't want me to fight with him, and that's fine. I don't want to fight either. I want to finish this race up. Really trying. I kind of want to just go to alternates and see how they feel. The track and air are a little bit cooler than what I've been racing before, and I wonder if I can push those alternates and keep them steady. So I've typically done 2 primaries, 1 set of alternates in the previous 2 races, and that worked out fine. But is there value in going to the alternates first, learning a bit more about them in this temperature, seeing if the degradation isn't as bad as I think? Because I'm still putting up, 10-second laps. I would expect to be slightly faster than that. I should be. But, I'm doing fine, right? For a 10-1 for my 3-lap average, happy with that. Okay, Richard, with some lag. Crazy. But I just always, you know what, I'm going to go primaries, alternates to end. That'll make those last few laps a little sketchy. The rear end is always going to want to step out. But I'm going to stay with the alternates for now and just try and put up some track position, right? That's what I'm here for. Gain track position, gain some time on Dennis and Fritz up there. Race with anyone who has lost some time. I should go wider there. Just like Richard just did in front of us. That was kind of shit. Dennis, 3.5 seconds now. We'll pit next lap. Got 2 laps of fuel from right now. Could probably actually make it 1 more lap if we conserve some fuel, but I'm not gonna. Fuck it. It's foot to the floor. It's just go. Screw it. And Matthias Kraus, who's just up ahead of us, had a few races with them. Been fantastic. So, got some sliding going on in there, but cold tires, not the end of the world. So we are pitting this lap. Let's check everything. Missing a shift there. So 60 liters, primary tires, no changes. So let's go for it. And the pit entrance here is quite interesting. Actually, I can't remember if I mentioned this or just thought it, but racing with Rob Yu, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I'm not going to attempt right now. Coming into pit for my last stint in the Wednesday race, Rob was unfortunately parked sideways in the pits, which is all too easy to do. So I'm hoping I don't go for that. My pit entrance is extremely close. Okay, got really done here. So yeah, real easy to slide through there. Let's get on the pit limiter. Oh shit, I was speeding. Please no penalty. Okay, no penalty so far. Shit entrance. It really is like a close ass pit stop. Okay, let's get out ahead of everyone. Okay. Is that Dennis right in front of us? Oh man, that's awesome. So that is a great pit from us. Dennis spent 10 seconds, 14 seconds parked in the pits. We had 8.9, so that is a free 5-second jump up to Dennis there. Got some cars coming up behind us. This is the leader, and the second place car is right behind him, so holy crap. No pressure. Just stay a little wide, let Ben through there, and let's go. Let's get some draft. Call it good. Are they? They might be, what's the name of Redline Racing? Is that what the paint scheme is there? Gonna brake a little early here. Got cold tires, and I don't want to fuck with the guy in second place. They pit 5 laps ago, so interesting. With 5 laps of fuel potential left in the car, they had pit. Man, these tires feel weird with all this grip, but we'll wear it down nice and quick. There's just a lot more understeer, only due to the rear not also kind of slipping out. So just the natural balance of the car, I guess, more so than anything else. Someone else in the pits there. Dennis 3.7 seconds up, but going to have to let the leaders by because they are not going into the pits anytime soon, and Dennis will not be able to pull them off, I assume. That would be kind of crazy. How many folks have yet to pit? I'm not seeing anyone who has yet to pit. So we're in that 17th position still, so we didn't lose or gain any positions in the pits, which is good. Dennis, within a second of Brandon and Ben here, gonna have to lose time to both of them. So I expect at least a full second loss, likely around 2. And holding it going into the, I would have given it here, but maybe their pace is similar, and Dennis is fine with that. I don't want to throw any undue shade before their pace is understood, though. Brandon and Ben putting up 1 minute 8 second runs. Holy shit. And Dennis's average 10.3. Ours is a little faster, not that much, so not really putting a ton of pace on Dennis. To get up to a top 10 feels kind of impossible at this point. Okay, what did Dennis just got ahead and then jump behind Brendan on the radio, but I'm not hearing anything. Dennis staying ahead, really bringing Brendan down. Like, what in the world? Definitely has a blue flag. They're having to go for a pretty risky jump in front of Dennis there. That seemed like some undue stress on the leaders who just have a shitload of pace. But a bad exit there from Dennis comparatively, so now we're 3.4 seconds behind. Let's see if we can just continue to put pace on it, right? Let's steady. Next time around, I need to grab a drink. It's getting fucking hot even with this fan blowing. Okay, come on. There we go. Gotta remember that my right foot can steer as well by bringing the rear end around. The earlier I can get on the gas, the better. Then it's staying pretty quick through the fast section. Or, sorry, through the curvy section, the slow section, not the fast section. So, at least as far as compared to our pace. Okay, so we're gonna need to make some tire adjustments and some fuel adjustments just to get ready and not need it to be as stressful when we do decide to head into the pits. Not gonna take 60 gallons or 60 liters. Let's turn it down to 50 something because I got 50 on the dash. I'm gonna use some push to pass. Certainly, got 6 pushes left. So there could be some. Oh my gosh! I just lost so much time on that front or that first corner to Dennis. Woof. 53. Let's bump it up to 50, 55. And let's focus on racing. How about that? Didn't take that drink, so you know that's what I got going for me. I wonder if anyone's actually using that grass there. Those grass marks in the side of turn 5 there are quite interesting. Shit. Okay, gonna lose a ton of time because I should be heavy on the throttle coming up over that corner. We're keeping pretty good pace to Brian behind us, 5 seconds back. Gonna just slowly keep an eye on that. But oh shit, we got a car off. That's Dennis. Dennis off. That sucks. And Robert Nash actually 4 seconds up here, so didn't see Robert because I've only got 3 cars ahead of me on my relative box. When I'm racing, you might see more in the edit. I'm not sure because that's recorded separately from a different kind of window, so it could be showing 4. It could still be that 3. I gotta figure out where to put it on the stupid thing too. Hopefully this is better than the last time. It felt kind of weird on that last one. Just a few tenths faster over the last 3 laps to Robert. So even with, 30 some odd laps to go, 38 laps to go, doesn't feel like I shouldn't have shifted into second there, but it doesn't feel like I'm gonna be gaining too quickly on Robert. It's gonna be on both of us to just stay consistent to make that happen. And even then, a pass, because I'm not significantly faster than Robert, is going to be interesting no matter what. When you have evenly matched cars, I mean, you saw how tough it was to get past a car that I was obviously faster than, but not fast in the right place. So for an evenly matched car, I'm expecting, well, to lose time to them in the same way. Coming out of turn 1 there like shit, and then getting into the curvy section and just having to stick behind, but maybe I'll catch up instead of having to slow down. Shit corner. Just get on the throttle early to make up for it, and I'm gonna grab some. Fuck, the top of it was warm. Had to get to at least the cooler section. I guess that's the negative of these longer races. The beer is gonna warm up, especially in an unair-conditioned basement with just a fan. It's fucking humid, like 90-degree Fahrenheit day. I don't know what the fuck that is in Celsius. Type it into your favorite internet browser. I know what it is. 24, somewhere around there. 38, I don't know, 38, I think is like in the hundreds. But we'll see. Still losing some time to Robert. Not putting up great laps, so I gotta get that together. I haven't found that adjusting the anti-roll bar or anything during this stint really helps. So not touching that. And alright. Okay, so need 49 liters. Got 36 laps to go. We're just about halfway through. I got 17 laps left in the tank. So not too stressed about that as we get up to it. Let's just put up some good laps and try and catch up to Robert here. Okay, going a little wider there was nice, at least for this one. I could have got on the gas a lot sooner there than I did. Happy to cut that corner. Those inside wheels on turn 8 being up on the grass, all you're worried about is getting a 1X from being too far off. Those outside wheels are doing all of the work, especially with all the camber on that corner. Really, only time to gain by cutting it, being able to stay on the throttle a bit better than having to lift a little to kind of take it through that corner. Again, keeping steady pace to Robert. Slightly better corner, but it was the downshift that kind of kicked the rear out. Didn't feel too good. Putting the brakes a little early, which didn't do me fucking anything. Oh my god, you figure you come rolling through there. Whatever, let's get out of this. We're putting up a 10 even for the last 3, but this lap's going to be a little bit worse, at least so far. So let's see what we can do to make some time up. Like I said, hopefully the layout getting a little better in the edit. I'm learning to use DaVinci Resolve for editing. I'm learning to how the fuck this should all look again, just everything. Everything's new, including this wheel. Keeping the same Thrustmaster TSPC racer wheelbase, but I finally, after 8 months of waiting, was able to get a back order on the Ferrari SF1000 wheel. and it's nice. I don't need to wear the gloves while I'm racing. I don't death grip the wheel quite as hard. I think kind of the non-round and honestly harder feel to these grips is helpful. They are a little oval, which helps like when you do kind of death grip the wheel. Like I feel it and it doesn't hurt as much. Like my wrist isn't fucking sore from death gripping the wheel constantly. Allows me to have a little bit lighter grip. I'm still working on kind of improving that, but just all of the buttons available is great, though it is frustrating that these 4 actually don't do shit. I guess what is kind of a bummer about this wheel is I started building a custom wheel that Hoopske, Dennis Hoopske, I don't know how to pronounce it, actually, go figure. So I hope I didn't butcher that too much, but on Calls 3D and has a website, has a Red Bull Racing wheel and a McLaren wheel with a screen, handful of buttons and dials, and just working on getting that done. I think that'll be more interesting, a bit more customization, but I do like how easy it was to just stick this on the fucking wheelbase and go. Man, losing time to oh no, that's Adam Crane behind us, so not too stressed about that. I'm like, oh shit, there's someone catching up to me, but they are a lap ahead. That's how far back we are, or at least how far off pace the leaders I am. It's certainly more interesting to be the fastest car in the second split than it is to be one of the slower cars in the top split, but it gives me something to aim for, right? I see all this pace that everyone else is getting out of the exact same car in the exact same conditions. So where am I losing next second, right? And I can take that and visit it and try and get better. I've been doing that up until now, and you know, my iRating is high enough now that I'm typically in the top split. Usually pretty consistent, can usually put up good qualifying times even if I am in that second split and not need to deal with kind of making time up. So just need to keep on pushing ahead. Rob in the pits. Uh-oh. Hopefully not a race over incident, but just regular in the pits, but with that dark red outline out of the car, so I'm assuming some damage. And yeah, Rob hit right behind us when we were racing, so unfortunately that might be some damage. Rob, let's see, so we're up into 15th now. That's 20 points of iRating gain. That's great. If we can maintain it, I'd love to take that 14th off of Robert, but I just, especially if I'm going to keep doing laps like that, don't know if it's in the cards. We'll see. Joe, 5.8 seconds behind, so that's about where Joe was before. I'm going to have to let Adam by here pretty shortly, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, just got the blue flag, so 1.5 seconds to Adam. Hopefully Adam can put up enough time that, probably not this lap, but the lap after, coming down one of the straights, I can let him by and not have to lose too much time. It's always a crapshoot when you are lap traffic, or when you're dealing with lap traffic. When someone lets someone by, it can really change a race and have nothing to, no one does anything wrong, but someone just has an advantage because of when things shook out. And yeah, 8 tenths through there should be solid to just kind of lift a little in that final corner going into 5 or 4 there, and let Adam go ahead and get by without, you know, losing a ton of time to David. So I'll just hold the inside here. Go ahead and take the left. I'll brake early. Not on push to pass, but everything's fine here, so I'm going to lift. David right behind us. Got another blue flag. Let's see if we can just do the same. I want to... Right now, my concern is not holding up David, not so much gaining time on Robert, which we are losing time now, 5 seconds to Robert. So 1.25 seconds down from my fastest lap, then putting up times, you know, 6 tenths to 3 tenths slower than my fastest lap, so not a ton of time lost, but let's see what we can do to give David a run up on Adam, or at least not hold David up. Okay, so we got 8 tenths, so about the same as when Adam was coming through. Whew. Hey, my best turn 1 yet, at least compared to my fastest lap. So, get on the brakes. Let's do the same shit we just did. Oh, just gonna push out. Okay, David unpushed to pass. Same thing, I'll hold the inside and lift. Just let David by here. Gonna lose some time, but I ain't gonna stress it. Running the same livery there. I'm not sure if that's a real-life livery or not. Typically, I get a little bit freaked out when people are running the real-life liveries of certain drivers. I don't know what it is, but it's confirmation bias for sure. But I find them to be more aggressive than other drivers. But again, I don't have all of the data. It's just what the decision my stupid brain has made. Not something that is real or founded in any kind of truth. So 4.3 seconds to Josh, as Adam and David catch up to Robert. That should be helpful, as Robert is a fall behind. So the more we can stay right on the tail of David, the better. But David putting up sub 1 minute 9 second lap average over the last three rounds. So I don't think that's going to happen. David clearly putting the pace in, and I clearly just don't have it right now, comparatively. In second through there, that's bad. Going to go down into first as the revs drop. Man, late on the gas through there, not doing me any favors. I need to be a bit more aggressive there in turn 9, getting those right wheels, especially the front right, up on the curb. There's a little bit of time to be gained there, I know, and it allows you to straighten the car out a little bit sooner and get in the gas a little bit sooner. At least allows me to be comfortable getting in the gas a little bit sooner. I know in every single corner that exists, I can get on the gas sooner, or the car can handle being on the throttle sooner. I need to be better about it. I do think my new pedals have been helpful in that. There's just a bit more throw and a bit more sensitivity compared to. I'm gonna get on push to pass here just to make up that time. I want to stay close enough to David that Robert's going to kind of give me some. Okay, Robert just gave it up to Adam into turn 5 here, so that's perfect. Anyway, the throttle pedal, a little bit more throw, a little bit more sensitivity. It's been good. It's been a really nice change from my G27 pedals that have been long abused and upgraded. You know, new potentiometers thrown in a million times. Didn't go Hall effect, but did have a hydraulic brake on the brake pedal. Just a pneumatic cylinder filled with oil and a pressure sensor on it. And I gotta say, I kind of like the spring rubber bushings, strain gauge setup on these Simjack pedals. Like it's fine. It feels pretty natural. Like I have no complaints. I really thought it would be shitty and just feel fake, but it's there. It has a more natural feel. Now, like, do I know what a race car pedal feels like? Fuck no. I know what my Subaru Outback pedal feels like with plenty of throw, but I'm still consistent driving, and I don't have anything to complain about. Getting a little too... You know what? I think I need to move my brake bias back a click, but I'm going to wait until after this corner, or sorry, this lap, to adjust that. I don't really like to make changes. I need to be more comfortable with it, but I'm just not there yet. Making changes just without looking, right? Everything's here. I should be able to adjust the dials without looking, but certainly since that incident, I just want to make sure that this one on the right is what I need to adjust for brake bias. If it's not, well, I'll be in a different throttle mapping, which maybe is something I need to change so that I don't make that mistake, or that mistake won't have that impact. But it'll come as I get used to the car. So let's move it back a click. Should help a little bit with the kind of corner entry. The rear does certainly get squirrely as laps go on. So we'll see how that one click, 0.3% more bias to the rear, is going to change things. 4 seconds up to Robert. Man, can I get that 14th place? I'm pretty happy with 15th, honestly, especially given, you know, the 7 seconds lost to the pack over those first handful of laps, chasing, or I guess being in the pack that we were in with Mitchell in the lead there, and then, you know, trying to just make it through everything now. Okay, not gaining a ton of time, but I'm feeling a little bit better, kind of heading into the corners. That's exactly what I was looking for. I should have made this adjustment way earlier. Can't believe it took me so long to figure it out, but feeling pretty good about it. Got a car in the pits, could be anything there. We're certainly not going to be able to put time on Robert in the pits. 4 seconds is going to be kind of a lot to do an undercut, but because we're switching to the softer alternate tires next, an undercut doesn't feel that good. Robert has one more lap on his tires than us, so always going to be pitting first. If I can hold this out, I could go for an overcut, but that's not... I'm pretty shit at having an overcut. Like, I need to put up a banger of a lap better than his out lap on fresh. What I could only assume are going to be alternate tires since he's on primaries right now. So we'll both be on primaries. I'll be on warm alternate, or sorry, we'll both be on alternates. I'm going to go to warm. What day is it? You know, it's Friday, right? Can I speak today? Yeah, probably. Okay. We're both on primaries now. We're both going to be going to alternates. If Robert pits first, he's going to have a likely better outlap on fresh alternate tires because they will be softer. Even though he's going to lose a little bit of time just in general from having cold tires, that first lap, not always the fastest, it should be faster than what I'm going to be doing in the worn primary tires for one lap before I come in, assuming we pit at the exact same time. Oh, we got Jesper up in front of us, but Jesper putting up faster laps. You know, even though we are in 14th right now, like Chris is already, or no, Chris hasn't pit. How did we get ahead of Chris? I was not paying enough attention. I completely missed where Chris came from. So let's see what we can do to hold Chris off. But we've gained positions, but you know, things are filtering out. These positions could mean nothing as we get through the pit cycle. You know, I got 4 laps until I'm going to pit. Robert likely on 3. I could try and stretch this out a little. Again, oh no, it's a half a lap that I have to save. There's too much time lost to try and conserve a half a lap and stay out longer, especially if I'm trying to do another. But we do have a car behind us, so let's consider that as we're heading down into the straights. Christian Steele, 7/10 behind us. Robert Nash up there with Ben Fuller now. Jesper right in front of us, but on a fresh set of tires, so we're not going to really gain anything on Jesper, but let's see what Christian's going to do. Is he going to get on the gas? I don't really want to let up 6/10, like far enough behind that I'm going to be, you know, right up on the tail of Chris White. So, oh shit, well there we go. Give it up that way by pushing too wide. But yep, there's Chris right behind us. So now we're in this race instead of, you know, driving well. All right, let's get through here. Chris running a little on the inside there compared to my line. Just trying to get a sense of how Chris drives because I have driven with Chris before, but it's been a while. I don't know too much. I want to get a sense for how Chris is driving. With 3/10 behind us, like that is I can go for a move and make it stick kind of distance, especially down the straights here. Let's see, let's make sure we're sticking up inside here. Get on the throttle, bring that ass down. There we go. Get on the curb. Chris on push to pass. Just don't have it. You know, we're a few laps from pitting, so let's just go for it. I'm gonna brake early at the 300 instead of the 225. And Chris on alternate tires. We will be going on to the alternates. Chris will be on the primaries. If we pit around the same time. Oh no, Chris already pit. Where am I why was I holding Chris up? We're not on the same pace. I'm an idiot. What in the hell was I doing? I am sorry, Chris, if you are watching this. I should have let you by earlier. What in the hell was I doing? Okay, so we got one more lap, at least. Could do 2. There's Richard in the pits. So now we got to put up some great laps with Robert in the pits and see what we can make up in terms of that 4 or 5 second gap, whatever it was, when they went in. All right, let's get through here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Little slidey, so rear's going to be feeling pretty good coming into this hard braking zone, but let's just keep some draft from Chris. Hit the brakes a little early because I don't want to like overextend those rears and get sliding. You know, we have to make up pace, but I don't need to be stupid about it. You know, we've got to make up time, not lose time. There's a fine line between those, and I can never find it, but there is a fine line between those, at least. Okay, so Rashad Craig is 3 seconds behind us if we stay out for another lap. Shouldn't lose those 3 seconds unless I do something stupid. So it's possible I lose those 3 seconds. That was a pretty bad corner. Lost a few tenths through there. Shouldn't have been up on the curb there. I could have got on the throttle a little bit sooner if I stayed more outside in 12 before heading into 13. 13 should be flat, and I always have to lift a little, so I'm just not making that entrance right, which is impacting my speed down the main straight. Then I don't take a good turn 1. You know, that whole like 13 to 1 complex really, I'm just not good at it. I would say it fucks me. It's not the corner's fault. It's me and how I drive. So either way, we're gonna hop into the pits. We asked for 54 liters. I'm gonna turn that down because we need 49 right now. That should be enough with the push to passes we have left to still have fuel remaining as we come through. And need to check now because with our pit being so close, not a lot of time to kind of adjust things. Okay, 53. There we go. Let's just double check the tires. Got the fuel coming. Ah! Okay. Pit limiter. Take it. Oh no! Fuck! Not primaries. Shit. Losing all this time. Alternates. Oh man, I did not make that adjustment earlier. That is a ton of time lost. So whatever I was hoping to gain with my pit strategy just got lost by me being an idiot. I should have adjusted that earlier. I must have just upped my fuel when I said I was going to do both. So a ton of time in the pits. We'll see how long that takes. A handful of seconds over everyone else. Most folks taking between 26 and 30 seconds. I'm at 30.3, so not too bad, but could have been a lot better. Plenty of fuel to finish the race. Yeah, 30.3 seconds. So lost 3-4 seconds to most folks. That is really, really unfortunate. But Robert, 5 seconds, 6 seconds up there. Robert also on the alternate tires. Kevin Burrell right behind us, 3 seconds behind. Radek, 3 seconds behind. So down into 16th. Did I lose a position? There must be, okay, Josh hasn't hit yet in front of us, so that's not too bad. All right. Pushing out those front tires. All right, on the alternates. Really nice and grippy, kind of slippery this first lap. I'm not doing a great job of really holding on to them, but I need to take advantage of the next lap and then the following 2. Those are gonna be where I can just get a shitload of pace and really beat the tires up before they kind of fall into this, steady rhythm after about 5 laps, at least here at Mid-Ohio. Maybe with the track being a little cooler, get another like half a lap out of it. Probably not, but oh man, I feel so stupid losing all that time in the pits. I'm glad I checked because I would have had to pit again. You have to change tire compounds in the IndyCar Series, both in real life and in iRacing now, as of the last season. So, Robert putting up much faster times than us. Robert actually had a similar pit stop time, spent a little bit more time in the pits. So I wonder if he had a little bit of damage that needed to be repaired. It was 3 seconds stopped compared to, I mean, I was technically stopped, but I wasn't in the pits yet. Man, that is so frustrating. Whatever, gotta get over it and just keep moving on. Can't change anything now, can only race. Definitely gonna have to give up time to Kevin sooner rather than later. So Josh in the pits now, looks like he hit 25 seconds ahead of us. Should put in 5 seconds behind us, or 5 seconds to a second behind us. But as long as things stay fine, should be good to kind of stick behind Josh. So getting out of the pits now, but still on the limiter as we're coming into turn 1, just flying. So we carry more speed through here. And, you know, after the hairpin is really where you can start measuring. Josh needed to let Kevin by as well. So might gain a little bit of draft there, but overall going to be losing some time. Rashad Craig up in front of us, trying to put some time on Robert. So am I, buddy. But I'm not there. My pace isn't there. Like, something is off. I'd love to be able to correct it, but I just am not. So let's see. We got the next few. Oh, my watch wants me to walk. I'm fine. My heart rate is probably flying. Which I know is not the same as walking, but you know, you're kind of walking, pushing the throttle pedal, brake pedal, throttle pedal, brake pedal. Basically, I'm on a treadmill, getting exercise. Okay, bring this around. Okay, so that's gonna be our fastest lap, but just by a few hundredths, not even a tenth there. 6 hundredths of a second. Got one more lap in these tires probably before they're going to start to fade a little. So I'd expect that Robert's tires are starting to fade, but seems to be driving well despite like even the primaries fading earlier. 7/10 gained so far on this lap, losing a little bit of time. That's fine. Certainly don't have any draft, so that would be where most of our time is made up through here. Definitely know I can brake later today. Let's click another step back on that brake bias, and just hope we don't lose the rear. Might need to push that forward as the tires wear out, but right now I need to make up some time, and having a little bit more oversteer, better entry into these corners is going to be great. I am oversteering the tires like crazy right now. Ooh, much better run through there than I have had previously. Losing some speed there, that's fine. Let's get in the throttle a little bit earlier. 12 is not the important corner. I need to keep that in mind. I always want to attack every corner just aggressively. And I think a lot of people in iRacing, you can tell, and like having the presence of mind to just fucking like set up for the straight, you know? You'd think after 11 years of iRacing I'd be a little bit better. But I'm not, I'm getting there. You know, broke 2,000 iRating for the first time in years a few months ago. So I still learning plenty. Gained some time in the hairpin on Robert. See, I can brake later, but I need to stop braking so early, and I certainly take, and that was particularly sharp corner. To get in the throttle earlier there. See, with the tires going, I can't be making these mistakes. Really got to take advantage of those laps. Your tires are solid, but hey, our average is down to 9 seconds now. That's pretty great. Should I have been on the primaries the whole time? I guess let's see as they wear out. That is a significant amount of time. Maybe it is, or sorry, alternates. Maybe I do need 2 alts, 1 primary. I know a lot of folks started on the alternate tires. I typically start on the primaries just because you're always starting with a full tank of fuel, so I want to get the most out of that tank before I start fueling less. And I don't want to have all that weight sloshing around. If I can save a few here and there, because my strategy is usually going to add a bit of fuel anyway. So we're putting 4/10 a lap on Robert right now. With 13 laps to go, that's, we could catch Robert. Rashad Craig is going to, maybe cause Robert to lose a second compared to his current distance to us as he goes for the pass. But, could have an opportune time where you only lose a few tenths. And not a second or more. It really all depends on how everyone's pace lines up and where on track it is. I'd love to get that 14th position, but again, I need to make myself know that 15th is more than fine. It's a pretty good position for how I'm driving, certainly. Especially that. That was a shit corner. What the fuck did I do there? Okay, let's get on the brake. Stay in 4th. Not going to go down in the 3rd. That's fine. Gain a little bit of time on Robert, so I'll take it. Need to be braking a little bit later than I am for most of this. Especially now that, well, they're starting to wear out. These tires are starting to wear out, so I shouldn't get too aggressive with it, but I am braking early, especially here into 4. I'm just keep braking at the 300, and I need to be down here. You can, yeah, see, look at that. Look at all that extra time I gained. A 10th. Content from there. Could have done that every lap. We'd be another few seconds up. Should have been the throttle sooner there. Let's just hold it down through here, lift it a little. Need to be more aggressive with that. Oh, so we got a lapped car, Eric as well. Hopefully not going to hold up Shot too much. Right. On the throttle, hold it, hold it. Man, I gotta just get more comfortable holding throttle down, you know, taking more risky turns, like just getting more comfortable with the car. I tend to set up and race fairly safe, and I know there's more pace and having a bit more oversteer and being able to control it. I'm getting better at that. I'm certainly not there. You know, I can't say that the pedals are going to make it that much better. It's certainly better than it was before. But is it good? No, like there's still me behind the wheel trying to figure it out. Look at that, like finally getting aggressive on the brake and just do so much more. Hopefully it's not going to be too tough for us to get past Eric. Looks like Eric putting up a bit of a fight there with Rashad, so that could cause us to lose time, even with Robert potentially losing time to Rashad. Both of them within a second of each other now. They're really, really catching Eric. So we've got plenty of push to pass left. 5 presses. So we'll see as we kind of come through here. So now 7/10 down from the fastest lap. Just losing time all over the place. Try to get a bit more smooth with it, but you know the grip goes away. There's not too much you can kind of do about it. There's some of just it is what it is. Could have been on the throttle a little bit better there, and then I started pushing out. Needed to keep the car rotating and let it stabilize. Pushed out a bit more. That's going to cost me both time and tire temperature. But whatever. Let's get it through. There we go. Get it up over the corner. Fine. That's the. Hopefully that's the first like aggressive save I've had to make. I'm certain I've had more and I just didn't notice because I was too busy talking to pay attention to what I'm doing. 4.5 seconds up to Robert, but Rashad half a second behind him. Putting a little bit of time on Robert here, not a ton. Kevin 5 seconds behind us. So we'll see if that comes into play. I'm sure it will. With 10 laps to go. Shit, I got half a liter to spare in the tank, so that makes me a little nervous on the push to pass. I need to get some draft. If I can get up behind someone for a little bit, that'll help save some of that fuel, not having to push all the air out of the way down these big straights. But we will see. I really want to get on a push to pass right now, put some pace on Eric, but I don't want to put that fuel and be fucked. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, that's fine. That's fine. No big deal. Actually didn't lose too much time. 2/10 for that. That was a pretty big slide. Could have been in a worse spot though. So I'll take it. Let's push brake bias forward a click. I don't know if it actually moved because I did it while I was on the brakes. Didn't. There we go. Robert really like staying that half a second ahead of Rashad up there. Kind of surprised Rashad not going for a push to pass, just get by him on the lead straight. We're keeping pretty steady pace. Robert, but certainly not enough to make a pass. We are pretty consistent with Robert's times right now, which is what it is. Still half a liter to spare. We are a lap down. I don't really trust these calculations anymore, so I need to figure that out. Robert still staying there. Rashad not getting on push to pass at all. Kind of surprised by that. Maybe doing some fuel saving. Really would have expected Rashad to try and make something happen there. Man, I think I need to push the brake bias back. It's just my throttle that is causing the oversteer. Probably a bit of a compensation that I didn't need in that. The way this is handling. And certainly, you know, it's not looking like we're going to go get that 14th place. Robert's going to have to make a mistake, or I'm going to have to find some pace. And you figure after 60 laps, if I haven't found it yet, it's not there. I'm losing a ton of time just in general to my fastest lap, though I took out my fastest lap with the alternates. So am I fooling myself thinking that the primary tires are faster just because I have less of a difference to my fastest lap? I will have to just actually do some math and figure it out. It'll be pretty easy. All the data's there. Just got to go look at it and see what's best for the coming races. But it's not the end of the world. You know, life goes on. Go up and over. A little early. Okay, so now we're up with Robert. Don't know how Robert is going to handle letting us by. Obviously knew didn't really let Rashad by that easily, but could be making an assumption there, and it's just untrue, and it was just my observation that it was off. So pushing out a little there, but I'm going to get the throttle anyway. I'd like to get on push to pass through here. Do I have to go for a walk? Yep. Okay. On the gas, 6/10. Gonna use push to pass out of here, and we should be solid. Let's see how it goes in reality. Oh, pushing out shit. Might need to just do it next lap because that is a bad exit. 7/10. Robert on push to pass. Trying to keep draft Rashad, but too far away. Like not really doing anything. But we're certainly gonna put some time on Eric through here. We have the pace, but just didn't have a good exit out of there. So let's see if Eric's going to give us any space through here, or... Oh, yep. All right, cool. Thank you. That's awesome. So, just, I guess, to validate my previous thoughts, it was my observation that was wrong on Eric not giving space to Rashad, because I think that was the exact same place that Eric let Rashad by. So, great awareness, great driving. Solid. I'll take it. I'll take it every day over the folks who fight when they're a lap down to hold a lap to the car in 10th place. Like, come on, just let me go by. I'm fighting for 9th here. Obviously not. I'm fighting for 14th and 5 laps to go, 5.5 laps. When we're done with this, it'll be 5 to go. We're a lap down. So is it 4 to go? Got a bad run out of there. Make up for it. All right. The Croy's gonna be warm as shit by the time I actually drink it. Should have put it in a koozie, or not opened it until I wanted it initially. I guess I wanted it from the start. I just have been too busy talking. Okay, should have been in first out of there. Can really hammer through the gears. It's not as bad as, say, the Formula 3 even, where, sometimes you do want to be in a different gear as you're heading through things. I'll hopefully have some videos up of the Radical sooner rather than later. It's Laguna Seca this week. I haven't practiced at all. I've been setting up for this. So, might just need to put in some laps and try and get a recording up, but no promises. I think it's Summit Raceway the following week, and I don't remember where Indycar is going. It's Iowa soon, but How soon is Iowa next? There's a lot of ovals coming up, and I'm a much bigger fan of the road courses. But hey, the ovals can be interesting. Certainly in the first half of the race, there's a lot of time just sitting there under yellow, chilling. Figure out how I want to edit those. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see as it all shakes out. So 3.5 seconds up to Robert. Robert, a half a second down a lap, but with 5 to go, we are not going to make that up. We could get within a second of Robert. We got a leader left. Gonna burn that with a push to pass. But we'll just see how it shakes out. Like, okay, nope, gaining that time back. Now 9.7 seconds of the last 3 laps. So probably just the lap that Robert let Rashad by. Still gaining on Robert, even though he was pushed to pass. That was actually a perfect second for me. That is awesome. I'm gonna push to pass out of here, even though that was a bad exit. Robert has 1 push to pass left after this, so that is great for me. 3 seconds. Robert just losing some time. So we're just keeping pace here since Robert was also on push to pass, but with 1 left and how aggressively they're using it, we'll see how it all shakes out. Should have been on the brakes a bit earlier there, but still putting up a solid lap. I'm certainly feeling my driving getting a little bit more feisty to try and catch Robert. Even though it seems so in 2 laps, like 2.5 seconds, it ain't gonna happen. That's ridiculous for me to assume that. But I want to put the pressure on because that could cause Robert to make a mistake. Hopefully not a race-ending mistake. I'd hate for someone to do that, but I do want to place better. So we'll see. Oh shit, pushing out. It's fine, just get on the throttle here. Why not? Push the pass down here. Not enough laps left to really utilize it, so let's just burn through it. Worst case, we're gonna lose some time. No, fuel looks fine. Though it is over 5 laps, so might not be enough for it to matter yet. Robert using their last aggressive push to pass. Really gaining some time, kicking the cones out of the way. Alright. Down into the brakes. Up on the throttle. Let's do this. Let's catch Robert. So, being out of push to pass, no draft up there. You know, Mitchell is actually about to get lapped by Robert, but I don't think that's going to come into play before the end of the race. My front tires are beat to shit. Holy crap, I am turning them way too much through here. Again, gaining a little bit of time. If we had like 10 more laps, I think I could maybe catch Robert. Certainly we would need to pit those, so it becomes an entirely different game if there were 10 more laps. We wouldn't be here. Got the race. I have. I mean, there's nothing else. Ooh, Mitchell actually going a lot slower than I initially thought, so could come into play here. Robert might catch him out of this next straight. All right. Okay. Got 1 last push to pass. Next time we're on this straight, hopefully we're up on Robert's tail. 2.5 seconds. I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. But I'm gonna drive like I'm gonna catch him anyway, you know? A mistake that cost Robert 2 seconds, shit, like that, which cost me some time, though actually gave me a decent exit, like didn't lose time overall. Definitely heated those rears up more, I think, than I needed to. But I'm getting stabby on the throttle. We got 2 seconds to Robert now. Robert a second away from Mitchell. Certainly gonna catch Mitchell on the straights. What's that? With 3 seconds, I don't know if we're gonna catch Mitchell like in the midfield section, but let's see. 2 seconds up to Robert. Robert 9/10 to Mitchell in front of him. There we go. Shit. Bad exit, but 1.5 seconds up to Robert now. Let's see how we can hold it. Let's see how Robert and Mitchell can hold it. Shit, bad exit. And Robert has the drafts, so that's going to be helpful. If Mitchell lets him by, it's kind of over. If Mitchell holds him up, it might be a place for us to pass, but it's a shitty way to make a pass. Oh, man. Really need to push the brake bias back. So let's get off the brakes. Not enough turns left. I want a little bit of understeer in these next ones. Gonna bring it around, get on the throttle, stay on it, stay on it. There we go. Get on the throttle, use the wheels, who gives a shit at this point? Okay, not going off, second and a third. All right. Coming down in the last corner, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Ooh, and pushed out pretty far. So heating those fronts, really throwing them around. Whew, well, that was Mid-Ohio. More interesting race, I think, than I thought I was gonna be. Struggled in that first little bit, but, you know, we'll see. There's plenty more races. You know, I can do better. To gain 20 iRating, that's pretty great. I'll take it. That means that I've placed better than I think I deserve to, given my current iRating. I think it's a little higher than it should be. Someone doing burnouts up here. What's this car doing? I just want to find a place to pull over and stop. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next one.